Welcome. Welcome to Friday Sews. For me, I guess I should call it every other Friday because I missed last week. It's hard to keep up with this Friday challenge, but I'm still going to go ahead and do it, even if I miss a few here and there. Because I really like the community that we're building here, and I really love your comments, and it's really good to hear from you. So thank you. Shout out to all the people who have chatted with me and subscribed recently. So I really appreciate it. It's nice to be part of such a warm and inviting group. Okay, first up, I managed to sew my 3 tops. I had this random fabric, if you guys recall from last week. I have this 6 yards of this fabric cut out, and I couldn't really do what I wanted it, so I chose 3 shirt patterns, and I decided to make each one of those to see how the fabric acted with different types of seams and gathering and fronts and collars and things like that. So I'm going to post a separate video on how I felt about each one of these shirts and which one I liked the best out of the material, but I'll let you guys know what I've done so far. So I did the McCall's 8256. I did view C, which has the gathered neckline and the flutter sleeves. So this is a very good pattern for beginners because there's basically just 4 pieces. It's got a front and a back, and then the flutter sleeves and the gathered neckline that you put together with basically a facing. I've made this pattern before. I really like it, so I'm definitely going to make it again. That's the first one I made. The second one is the K3586. This is a quick sew shirt, and I haven't made this pattern before. I have made shirts before, but this one has a stand, a collar stand, as well as a collar, and it was pretty easy to put together as well. It can be a bit trickier if you've never done a collar, but it's also good practice because the envelope, the pattern pieces, it's super thin. So if you don't like those solid packed pattern pieces, you might consider getting this quick sew. One thing I did though is it has darts, and I tried to do the dart. I actually tried to lower it because my apex is about 3 inches lower than, maybe 2 inches lower than what they had given me. So I tried that and tried it on, and unfortunately I didn't make a mock-up, and I also didn't like the way the dart came out. So I took it out, and as you can see, it left like little needle pricks because this fabric is so light. These are all voile. Well, it's the same fabric, so it's a voile, very light cotton, and you can see the needle pricks. And also, when I tried to unpick it, I ripped the end of the dart because my stitches were getting smaller and smaller the closer to the dart tip that I got, and I just couldn't get them out. So I'm thinking I might place a pocket where it ripped. It might be a little strange down there because that's not where you're supposed to place the pocket, but I'd rather save the rip. Not sure. I could put a patch on it, so I'm definitely going to have to fix that. But I like this pattern. It's a bit long on me, but for a shirt pattern, super easy to make, and it's very comfortable to wear. And the third one I'm doing, I have cut out the pattern pieces, but I haven't started making it. And that is your McCall's 7325 peasant blouses. I've made another peasant blouse pattern before, and I really like these. I like the way that it has a nice, a smooth front, and then it gathers underneath. And the pattern number I chose for this one was B, the one on the cover. And I'm excited about sewing it because it's got some really neat gathers. Again, gathered sleeves. It's a little different from the first 2 where the neckline, it has that yoke in the front. So these are all a little bit different. And I plan to finish that project up, and then I'm going to post a video where I review and show you how the fabric works on those different patterns. So I'm very excited that I'm almost completed with that. I hope you guys will enjoy that one because it was a fun project. So also, if you guys recall, I struggled with fit issues before in a pattern I was trying, the Butterick 6902 Grr, but I bought another one, and this one came in the mail last week, and it's a size 54, 56, size 32 or 34. I think I cut out the size 34, which has a 51-inch waist and a 58-inch hip. Little bigger than my measurements, but if you recall, I had such a wide gap with the size 28 that I made before that I thought I should go oversized. I picked a fabric, another mock-up fabric that I have. I ran out of the real Muslim, so I chose this fabric instead. That I guess you could say this will be a wearable mock-up. I haven't sewn that together yet, but I've cut out the pattern pieces. So come back next week to see if they actually fit. If you see a smile on my face, you know the results of that. And then I also have cut out, I've been busy cutting things out and thinking about things. So, so I also have cut out the Simplicity 9385. I have a few knits. I don't have a lot, but I would love to sew more knits. So I chose this sweater pattern because of the, it looked pretty easy to make. And also the sleeves are very interesting. They have pleats. So I was looking for a sweater pattern that had more of a puffy sleeve and long cuffs, kind of looking for the Edwardian bicycle sweater look. So I found this pattern and I think it looks pretty close to what I was thinking. I'm going to try it in the fabric I had that I bought online, and it's a bit thin, so we'll see how it turns out, but that's something else that I'm going to make next week or next week. And then finally, two more things. Finally, it's Valentine's Day. It's already February, so I have to think about some Valentine's Day makes. Now, I bought this fabric last year thinking that I would make, I have about 4 yards of it. I was thinking that I wanted to make a Valentine's Day dress or a shirt, and I just never got around to it. So I'd like to do that this year. I haven't chosen the pattern yet, but I definitely feel like this is a kind of a shirt weight cotton, so it would look really good in a shirt or a dress or something like that. So that's one project I have coming up. And I've got plenty of pattern pieces that I think will work out. But my last and final piece, I don't have any plans for this yet, but I was really hoping that you guys can help me decide what to do with this fabric. So this fabric is a heavier drape. It's a pretty heavy fabric, not too heavy, not like a wool or, you know, coat material, but it's heavier, and I don't right now have any patterns that I think would go good with this. So I'm looking to make either a sweater dress or a sweater. If you guys have any recommendations for a pattern you think I should try, I would love to hear your feedback because I'm really stuck. I don't know what pattern to buy for this fabric. So give me a shout out if you have any ideas. Anyway, that's it for Friday, and I hope you tune in, like and subscribe if you want to see if I accomplish these patterns, and give me a shout out or a chat or anything because I like chatting with you guys. It's so nice to meet everybody. Thanks again, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.